One year I put in a brand new garden at my house. I dug out sod, I leveled the ground, I put in weed cloth, I built a raised bed, and I hauled in premium garden soil. And it was beautiful. I had a lovely garden. I enjoyed working in the soil. But I left my garden open to what may happen. Meaning, if a seed from lovely weeds blew into my garden and got planted, my garden was contaminated. Or if I brought in a flower from a nursery and it had a root system that had weeds, my garden was contaminated. I could have completely controlled the environment for my garden. I could have built a greenhouse. I could have made it so there was no airflow inside. I could have had artificial light or whatever it takes to make a perfectly secure garden where nothing is ever going to enter it. But I didn't. I left some things open to chance. Now, God created a perfect world, and God gave us free will. He did not demand that we do everything perfect according to His will. He said, I'm going to let you live, and there will be consequences for how you live. If you do this good, you will see good. If you do bad, bad will enter the world, and bad did enter the world. That garden was beautiful, and it became contaminated. And because of that, we see death, and we see blindness, and we see impairment in relationships, and we see impairment in how we treat creatures in the earth. Things are broken. They aren't at all the way God intended. So we can get mad at God that there's consequences for our actions. And even if they're not our actions, if someone else did something that has a consequence on us, like someone runs a red light and hits us in our car while we're sitting there and we are facing it, we can get mad at God, but the reality is God allowed us freedom to mess up. The beauty is that God has promised that He will restore things, again, to the perfect way He made creation. It's not our timeline, but He tells us this in Revelation 21, that God will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Mourning and crying and pain will be no more. God is making all things new, but it's in His timing, not ours. So we can get angry, but anger is not going to do us any good. We can accept reality and understand that choice comes with consequence. And that is what happens with God. Something to contemplate today. Blessings on you.